Well, hello, Mr. Stu.
Glenn, thank you. I appreciate you starting the show with
by
coming after me and making false accusations.
Well, I think that's the way the world works now.
Well, okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
and,
so you're just doing it to fit in.
To fit in, I want to be part of the cool kids club, and I had absolutely no idea what business my son was in. I don't have any idea.
You've never talked to your son about any of his business dealings whatsoever?
No.
But wait, we had an interview with you earlier this week where you talked to your son about the new job he was taking this week.
No, that's what you think.
Okay.
Well, I talked to him about that, just not all of the prostitution, drug, and taking of money from foreign nationals.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he may not be doing that. He's probably not. What? He's doing that? I don't know. I've never talked to him about it. So that story's kind of falling apart now, isn't it? I mean, just a little bit. And yesterday, let me start here with Jim Jordan setting the stage. Cut 12.
You know whose story hasn't changed? These two guys. Their testimony has been consistent. Throughout, their testimony has been the same. And guess what? 2 days ago, an FBI agent confirmed their testimony. Who are you going to believe? The Justice Department can't get their story straight, changed 3 times in 33 days, or these two guys? The Justice Department that was found to censor Americans just 2 weeks ago from the federal court in Louisiana. The Justice Department that said moms and dads are terrorists. The Justice Department that said if you're a pro-life Catholic, you're an extremist. The Justice Department that can't get his story straight are these two guys. 10 years, over a decade of experience for each of them. The go-to guys in international tax evasion cases. The A-team when it comes to investigating these matters. All over the world they've done this. And who've been consistent throughout. I think I'll believe these guys. I think they're the ones telling the truth. And that is fundamentally what this comes down to. So God bless you guys for the work you've done, the courage you have, and for being here today, stepping forward because you care about equal treatment under the law. That's what's at stake, plain and simple.
Now, there's a push for a special counselor. The special counsel to look into that. I'm not sure what more you need. I mean, it's all on videotape, and they have all the documents, and they have 80 notices from the different banks that they were using saying, we think this is money laundering. I mean, I don't know how much more you need to be able to indict, but I don't know. We should ask them about Donald Trump because they got so much on him. Let me show you how some of the things that these guys testified and how this is all coming together. Now, this is one of the guys top of the IRS. He's the whistleblower, Gary Shapley. He said they wanted to interview Hunter Biden, and here's what happened. 3.
The FBI SSA and I were assigned with interviewing Hunter Biden that day. And the day previous, we went to the LA FBI field office and asked them to the special agent in charge to contact the Secret Service special agent in charge from the LA field office at 8 a.m. on the morning of December 8th and tell them that 2 agents were going to approach Hunter Biden as part of an official investigation. And the night before, all of that changed.
And all of that changed because FBI headquarters and Secret Service headquarters coordinated, and that information had gotten out to everybody the night before. And we can talk about whether it's a highly political investigation and all of those different things, but there's another group of people that was made aware of that the night before, wasn't there?
Yeah, that's correct.
And that would be the transition team.
That's correct.
And the transition team is a political operation set up to help the president-elect vet cabinet employees, work on inauguration, do all of those things. I mean, is that your understanding?
Generally, yes.
Do they have any special investigative powers I don't know about?
Not that I would know of.
In your entire history and working in history with the IRS, you ever worked with a transition team of a president to help set up an interview with a subject of a criminal investigation?
I have not.
Last question. Did you ever get to interview Hunter Biden?
We did not interview him.
Holy cow. Holy cow.
Laughable.
Stunning.
This is the same quality of investigation we got from the cocaine in the White House. Like, they're just like, yeah, we're just going to give up. We're not even going to talk to people who may have been in the room. I mean, they won't talk to the principal. They never interview the person that they're talking about here. I mean, it's insanity.
You know, the person that should be impeached is Merrick Garland. Absolutely, totally, positively, he should be impeached because he's the one that is pulling all of the strings for this. Listen to this. He goes on to talk about what the DOJ also allowed. I think this is the next cut 4.
The Justice Department allowed the president's political appointees to weigh in on whether to charge the president's son. After United States Attorney for D.C., Matthew Graves, appointed by President Biden, refused to bring charges in March 2022, I watched United States Attorney Weiss tell a room full of senior FBI and IRS senior leaders on October 7th, 2022, that he was not the deciding person on whether charges were filed. That was my red line.
That's a different story. Now, the other whistleblower, his name is Ziegler, cut 5. Listen to this.
There was an environment when we were interviewing witnesses where you were afraid to ask questions that could lead to the presidential campaign. And this is after the campaign's over. So questions like that, it was restricted, and so things like that we were limited to talking about.
What? Who's running things? Here he is again, cut 6.
I will also note that while the impression has been conveyed by the U.S. Attorney in Delaware that he has similar powers to that of a special counsel in this case, free rein to do as needed, that was not the case. It appeared to me, based on what I experienced, that the U.S. Attorney in Delaware in our investigation was constantly hamstrung, limited, and marginalized by DOJ officials as well as other U.S. attorneys. I still think that a special counsel is necessary for this investigation.
One last one. Here he is laying out the money trail against Hunter Biden, cut 8.
Let's get into the evidence, Mr. Ziegler. I want to direct you to pages 99 and 100 of your transcript. How much money did Hunter Biden and his associates receive from the Romanian company you identified?
So that amount would be from Romania. So the approximate total transfers from the Romania company would have been $3.1 million to everyone.
$3.1 million. How much did Hunter Biden and his business associates receive from State Energy HK Limited through the Robinson Walker LLC?
So total transfers from State Energy HK to Rob Walker was $3 million.
$3 million. Was there a $100,000 payment from CEFC Infrastructure to Owasco PC, Hunter Biden's professional corporation?
Yes, Chairman.
Approximately how much was transferred to Hunter Biden and his business associates through Hudson West 3?
So the total transfers from Hudson West 3 to everyone was $3.7 million.
$3.7 million. How much money did Hunter Biden and his business associates receive from the Ukrainian company Burisma?
Burisma paid to everyone involved $6.5 million.
$6.5 million. Burisma also paid Blue Star Strategies and a law firm hundreds of thousands of dollars, bringing the total Burisma payments to over $7 million. Is that correct?
That is correct, $7.3 million.
Look at the money. And what is it that Hunter Biden was doing exactly? I mean, how much would you pay the drug addict? How much would you pay the guy who's selling, buying crack, smoking it all the time, seemingly very undependable, and going through hookers one right after another every day? How much would you pay for that employee? Because I'm pretty sure it would be a little less than $7.4 million. What did he add? What did he add? Now, if anybody is questioning who these people are, here, let me play cut 1. This is the first whistleblower who talks about who he is. Listen.
There's no benefit for me blowing the whistle on this case, absolutely none. I have no book deal, and the only money that goes into my bank account every 2 weeks is from my employment for the federal government.
Listen to the other guy, cut 7.
I've recently discovered that people are saying that I must be more credible because I'm a Democrat who happens to be married to a man. I'm no more credible than this man sitting next to me due to my sexual orientation or my political beliefs. The truth is, my credibility comes today from my job experience with the IRS and my intimate knowledge of the agency's standard and procedures. I was raised and have always strived to do what is right. Although I do have my supporters, others have said that I am a traitor to the Democratic Party and that I am causing more division in our society. I implore you to consider that if you were in my position with the facts as I have stated them, ask yourself if you would be doing the exact same thing. I hope that I am an example to other LGBTQ people out there who are questioning doing the right thing at the potential cost to themselves and others.
How is this not the topic and not the only talk in Washington, D.C.? This is so clear cut. Well, the good news is you have men like Mitt Romney on it. And yesterday, Mitt Romney commented, cut 12.
Well, as you all know, today is National Hot Dog Day. And perhaps you also know that hot dog is my favorite meat. I love hot dogs. I love them in buns. I love them outside of buns. I love them with baked beans. I just like hot dogs. It's the best, best meat there is, without question. So to all of you who, like me, are celebrating National Hot Dog Day, congratulations to you, and may there be many, many more hot dogs served in our wonderful land.
Wow.
That's great.
I mean, that is a takedown. That should be under the headline, Mitt Romney destroys Hunter Biden, and his
he loves
criminal
wieners.
family. He does love the...
Yeah.
He
loves wieners. In the buns, out of the buns. And notice the Freudian slip where he says it's International Hot Dog Day when he's wearing a hat with a hot dog on it. I think he's saying something there. Might have been a little graft. Might have been somebody stopping by the old office saying, here, have a hot dog and maybe a hat. Why don't you promote us? Is there a little Hunter Biden? How many hot dogs did Mitt Romney get? Just to do that little ad for them. I'll bet you 2 or 3. I'll bet you 2 or 3 happen. And then after that, he's going to be all over the other hot dogs and the impeachment proceedings.